with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Friday, wherever you are. Thank you so much for joining us. And let me just get that connected. Why are we having problems at the start? And there we go. We should be good. Thank you so much for joining us here on Story Time. Absolutely appreciate each and every one of you. Glad we're here together. How are you doing? Where are you today? Thank you indeed for joining in. I'm so glad that we're here. It's been a lovely week. I hope that you've enjoyed yours. I've definitely enjoyed mine, especially being here with you all on Story Time. Amazing stories, fantastic stories, funny stories that we've read, and we have one more to go. Thank you so much for joining us. Where are you today? Please drop us a message. Let us know you're here so we can say hi to you. Indeed, I hope that you are well. And we do have one coming back to Story Time, another one that hasn't been back since 2021 April. So coming back here almost 3 years later, Interrupting Chicken and the Elephant of Surprise. Yes, coming right up, written and illustrated by David Ezra Stein. And we are reading this one with permission of the publishers, Candlewick Press. Thank you so much for being here and welcome. I'm excited for this one, excited to read this one together. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, how are you doing today? Indeed. Thank you. One of the things that has come up this week, of course, we've had rains out here in California, rains in the Bay. So it's been the roads have been slippery, and we have to be extra careful out there. I hope that where you are, it's not been as bad, but needed the rain, but also thinking about the affected areas in terms of floods and everything else that comes with that, fallen trees and everything. We hope that those roadways are cleared, those homes are repaired soon, but definitely appreciative of the rain, but also indeed thinking about everybody else that is adversely affected by that. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Interrupting Chicken and the Elephant of Surprise are coming right up. And remember too that we are in February, the month of love, but also it is Black History Month. So please, I encourage you to check out amazing books by Black creators out there, Black authors, Black illustrators. Check them out, support them. And indeed, if you have any titles that you'd like to share with us here on Storytime, send them our way. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Who is here with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story? Good morning to you. How are you doing today, Kathy? Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. It is warmer in Ohio, you say. We loved the books this week. I am so glad to hear that. Remember, too, you can send us your recommendations. And if you miss Storytime, catching us live, well, you can catch us at your convenience at any time that you're available at storytimewithmrlimata.com, at Storytime with Mr. Limata on Facebook, YouTube right here, and of course you can catch us live on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime this morning. Glad you enjoyed the stories. And if it is evening where you are, or afternoon, late afternoon, I hope that you've had a lovely day. I hope that it is time to wind down on that Friday. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And we'll be right back after this short break today for our book, Interrupting Chicken and the Elephant of Surprise. I could keep saying that title over and over. I just love it. Makes me laugh already. So can't wait to read the book. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I'll see you on the other side of this very short message.
Hi, friends. I hope you're enjoying today's story on Storytime with Mr. Limata. I know I am. My name is Angela Dalton, and I'm the author of picture books, including If You Look Up to the Sky, Show the World, and Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, all of which you can hear Mr. Limata read right here on Storytime with Mr. Limata. I hope you continue to enjoy today's story, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, bye.
So much. Welcome back. Thank you, Angela Darton, indeed. And if you've not checked out Angela Darton's books, what are you waiting for? Ask for them at your local library. Amazing books. Ruby's Reunion Day Dinner, and of course, uh one of my favorites, If You Look Up to the Sky. Sweet book indeed. And yeah, that one always reminds me of my own grandmother. It is a beautiful one. I hope that you get a chance to read it. And of course, just look up Angela Darton and find those amazing books. Today, coming back to story time since 2021, for the first time since 2021, Interrupting Chicken and the Elephant of Surprise, written by David Ezra Stein, written and illustrated by David Ezra Stein, and we are reading it with permission of the publishers, Candlewick Press. And I must say too that we have received brand new books from the spring catalog of Candlewick Press, and I'm excited to announce that we're bringing them to Storytime here. Brand new books, first time to Storytime, and probably first time anywhere. Thank you so much for all the support, Candlewick Press. I hope that you enjoy those books when they are here. Interrupting Chicken and the Elephant of Surprise. Good morning to you, Kathy. Good morning to you, Ari. We know that you're joining us later on for the recordings. I hope that you are well. I hope that you are enjoying school. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. And of course, good morning to you, Megan, as well. Wherever you're joining us today, early morning, early risers, thank you for being here with us on Storytime. Interrupting Chicken and the Elephant of Surprise. Here we go. Interrupting Chicken and the Elephant of Surprise, written and illustrated by David Ezra Stein, and read with permission of the publishers, Candlewick Press. Oh, it has started raining again out here. I can hear it. I don't know if you can catch it. The mics do a good job of filtering out the sound, but I hope you catch it. It sounds really cool. Interrupting Chicken and the Elephant of Surprise. It was after school for the little red chicken. Yeah. It was after school for the little red chicken. Well, chicken, said Papa, did you have a good day at school? Yes, Papa. And today my teacher told us every story has an element of surprise. So let's read a story and we will find the elephant. Chicken, she wasn't talking about an elephant. She was talking about an element of surprise. What's an element of surprise? Elephant of surprise. Those elementary teachers, what do they know, huh? Elephant of surprise. No, chicken. She was talking about an element of surprise. What's an element of surprise? Ah. It is the part of the story that makes you say, "Whoa, I didn't know that was going to happen," said Papa. An elephant in a story always makes me say, "Whoa!" So please, let's read together. All right, fine. But I don't expect you will find any elephants in this story. The elephant of surprise. Here we go. The ugly duckling. After a long, lonely winter in the cave, the ugly duckling was growing desperate. I don't care if they tear me to pieces, I must be near those glorious creatures for just one moment, he said as he flung himself forward the flock of swans. To his amazement, the graceful birds did not attack or tease him, but seemed to accept him as one of their own. He peered into the water at his reflection, gasped, and said, "What did it say?" "Surprise! I'm an elephant." "Thank you for finding me." "No problem. We learned about you at school." "Yeah." Ah, the ugly duckling looked in the water at his reflection and said, "Surprise! I'm an elephant." "Thank you for finding me." "No problem. We learned about you in school." Oh. "Chicken, there are no elephants in the ugly duckling. Every good story has one. That's what my teacher said." "That's ridiculous." "Is the ugly duckling a good story?" "Well, yes, but then it must have an elephant of surprise. Let's try another book." Every good story has an elephant of surprise. Rapunzel. Enchanted by Rapunzel's beautiful singing, the prince drew near to the tower. He had waited for this night. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel," he called, "let down your hair." Silently, a braid of Rapunzel's hair slid down the tower wall. "Come to me, my prince," called a melodious voice above. With all haste, the prince began to climb. When he reached Rapunzel, he gazed at his love, and she said, "What did you say?" "Surprise! I'm an elephant." "You've done it again. You are welcome." Oh my, interrupting chicken. "Chicken, I know there is no elephant in Rapunzel. That is just plain ridiculous." Sorry, that is just plain ludicrous. "Don't you feel sorry for the elephant, Papa? All alone, waiting for someone to find him? Read another story and we'll find that poor elephant." Read another story and we'll find that poor elephant. Yes, and they lonely, waiting for someone to find them. Oh. "Chicken, this is silly. It's my homework. Miss Gizzard said to read 3 books and find the elephants in all of them." "Okay," Papa sighed. "Here comes another story with no elephants. None. Zero. No elephants in this one." Ah, here we go. Another story. Another story. The Little Mermaid. Already the mermaid could feel the sea witch's potion working. Soon, with her new legs, she would dance with the prince, and he would fall in love with her. As he crawled out of the waves, a sharp pain passed through her. She fell to the steps of the palace and knew only darkness. When she awoke, the prince himself was standing over her in the moonlight. She saw that her wish had come true. She finally did have legs. did have legs. What happens next? Elephant legs! Wow, that was a surprise. I know. Oh my, elephant legs. Oh, wow, that was a surprise. I know. Well, chicken, are you happy? You've put an elephant in every story. But now I'm going to tell you a story and I will make sure they're not elephants. Okay, Papa? And I will draw the pictures. Oh. I will tell you a story and I will make sure there are no elephants. And I will draw the pictures. Papa's Story by Papa. Once there was a papa whose daughter loved elephants, and she thought she saw them everywhere, but there were no elephants. Every day he got her dressed, but there were no elephants in the dresser. Every day he fixed her breakfast, but there were no elephants in the refrigerator. And every day he packed her off to, where was she going? And every day he packed her off to, where is she going? To elephant school. Ta-da! Hi, elephant school. Hop in, chicken. Oh my goodness. Oh, yes. There is an elephant in this one after all. Oh, Papa, I knew there would be an elephant in this story. So did I somehow. So did I somehow, said Papa. And it was right at the end, said Chicken. What a great surprise. Oh, Papa, I knew there would be an elephant in the story. So did I, somehow, said Papa. And it was right at the end, said Chicken. What a great surprise. Oh. Are we done, Chicken? Yes, Papa. Yes, Papa. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now you can help me with my math homework. Oh, Chicken. And that is the end of our story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you read many books and find those elephants of surprise. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I'll catch you on the other side of this very short break when we're back with more Story Time.
Hi, friends. I'm Marietta Apollonio, the author and illustrator of Jack the Library Cat, and you are watching my family's favorite Story Time with Mr. Limata. Bye.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you so much for joining in here on Storytime. And yes, thank you. Marietta Apollonia has a brand new book that is coming out. Of course, if you have not checked out Jack the Library Cat yet, please do so. Find it on the Storytime platforms. But of course, find it at your local library. Ask for it and get to enjoy a fun library book. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you. And one more time, let us see who was with us this morning enjoying that wonderful story. Thank you so so much for joining in. Kathy out there in Ohio, where you say it is warmer today. Thank you so much for being here with us. We have loved the books this week. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Please keep sending us recommendations so we can bring more titles that you will enjoy here to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining us. And Ari and Megan, of course, good morning to you. Or is it good evening by the time you see this? Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Ari enjoys the stories in the evenings. He tells me he is enjoying school. Love it, love to hear it. Thank you so much for sharing, and I'm glad that the transition is going smoothly. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Oh, extra love going out to you out in Vermont. How are you doing today? Bowden, feel better soon, buddy. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime, and a big good morning to you as well. Chrissy, good to see you here on Storytime. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Yes, indeed, Bowden, I hope that cold goes away soon. And we are happy to have you here on Storytime. Extra hugs and love going out to you in Vermont. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Always good to see you here with us on Storytime. Thank you everybody for joining in. This has been Storytime on this lovely Friday morning. Thank you for being here. Of course, this has been Storytime for this week. Wrapping us off, rounding up the week, interrupting chicken and the elephant of surprise. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made you laugh. And of course, you know that you can always find it at your local library. I hope they have it in stock. And yeah, why not get the entire series and read it over the weekend? Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime, and maybe turn in Storytime so we can read together. Thank you so much for joining us here. I hope that you are well. I hope that your loved ones are doing well. I hope that the weather is improving, getting better. Spring is getting closer and closer. So I hope that it is getting better for you. Rains out here in the Bay. Please do be careful as you go out there. If you're driving, please be careful. Roads out there, potholes and everything. Watch out for that. I hope that you're safe. Thank you for being here with us on Storytime. And of course, if you had a late night, I hope that you're getting some extra rest wherever you are. And I hope that this weekend is indeed a good one to you. One full of laughs, full of celebration, and of course, many elephants of surprise. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. I wish you many books this weekend. I wish you many laughs. And of course, I just wish you joy. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. And we'll be back next week with books brand new to Storytime. I cannot wait to share. We will be bringing amazing books, amazing titles. I cannot wait to share them here with you on Storytime. First time anywhere. So get ready, get comfortable, get cozy for Monday, because we will be bringing you some amazing stories. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And amazing guests too will be coming to Storytime, including Marietta Apollonia, who will be here celebrating a brand new book this year. And of course, Michelle Jing Chang will be here as well with us on Storytime, and many others coming your way. So keep your ears open to Storytime. Keep your eyes tuned in to the Storytime platforms. We do have so much that will be coming up here to Storytime. Thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure to see you. Bowden, feel better, buddy, out there in Vermont. To everybody that was joining us today, this has been Storytime. Extra love to each and every one of you. Happy Friday, and I'll catch you next week on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing. People who look like me are always very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of the stories. Read me all of the stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Limata. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Limata, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.